I would say it's a outing. It's my first visit to Bangalore after COVID. So obviously that thing was exciting, and it was a great event over here. Like a lot of brands, the nature of insights we have been getting in the entire event is great. I'll come to the SaaS part later. First, let us talk about the problems of the retailers. So the retailers in India, the nature of commerce changed post 2010 when the e-commerce actually was into India. They suddenly a seller was selling who was selling offline first now wanted to be online, and in a couple of years, maybe like 7 to 8 years later, what happened that there was an emergence of offline online first brands, who brands like Mamaearth, they actually started online and then they went offline. Obviously, the market equilibrium will reach where it is, but the brands which were offline are coming online, the brands which were online are coming offline, and hence it and it's no longer the distribution is no longer 2% versus 98%. The distribution is almost like 10%, 90%, wherein the P&L distribution or the inventory distribution between these two line of business cannot be divided very sharply. It has to be a fused model. It has to be a unified model, unified SaaS system, which is catering to these sort of sellers. Now, when we are talking about sellers, what are the problems they face actually in their day-to-day life? They face the problems with respect to procurement. They face the problems with respect to stock keeping. Where do I keep my stock? They face the problems with respect to order management. These days, people are very finicky. So everybody wants every end consumer wants everything in 4 hours or maximum 1 day. How do you manage that outbound influx? Another problem statement is unified inventory management. Now, you are dealing in 10 marketplaces and you happen to get an order from one of the marketplaces. How do you go and inform 9 other marketplaces? Look, I don't have inventory now. I actually need to inform other marketplaces, because unless if I get an order from them, I'll actually have to pay as a seller will have to pay the penalty, and I may be delisted from Flipkart or Amazon also. And hence, unified real-time inventory management is a problem area. Omnichannel is another problem area, which is like of date. It has become a reality. People want to, and Unicommerce also try to solve all these problems. Financial accounting is another problem area we are trying to solve. So these are the basic problem areas we are trying to solve. The benefit is threefold. If you talk from the customer's perspective, obviously the shopping experience is enhanced. It's very easy for me to purchase online, return offline. It's again, I'm given an option that I can purchase something online, go and exchange it in the store. So these sort of options give me flexibility. I can purchase something online, get a loyalty point and redeem it in the offline store. So these sort of flexibilities bring me back to shopping and actually enhances my shopping experience. But if we talk from the perspective of sellers, so shopping experience is something which is a luxury of large brands. They can actually be finicky about the customer experience, but if we talk about mid-sized brands or small brands, they won't be very finicky about the customer's experience. They want to grow their top line and they want to optimize their bottom line. So in that case, currently the offerings of omnichannel are clubbed in such a way that it is actually helping optimize the top line and bottom line of sellers. Some of the examples which we can quote is like a feature like endless aisle. You go to a store, you see a t-shirt and you don't find your own size, and for the brand it's a lost sale. What if you can offer the same t-shirt of your size and get it dispatched at home? I mean, you already have won a customer. What if a customer does not want a product anymore and you give an option to come to store and return? Now you have a net GMV which was to be reduced. You have prevented that by providing an exchange option, and this all can be done by seamlessly integrating multiple different aspects of the supply chain, like point of sale system which is in the store, CRM system which is in the used by the headquarters or customer support team, a warehouse management system, order management system, and inventory management. And these systems have to talk to each other. And if we talk from the challenges perspective, what are the challenges which seller is or the industry in general is facing? So I see there are four basic categories of challenges. One is operational challenge. So omnichannel is easier said to be adopted than done. What happens that if you want to dispatch an item from a tier 3 city or tier 2 city, and the logistics ecosystem is not yet ready to pick a product from store in tier 3 city. So that's an operational challenge. The second operational challenge would be probably stores do not have return capabilities, because return is a very specialized workflow. You need to quality check, you need to like look into you might need to refurbish, you might need to retag the items. So these sort of operational challenges. The second set of challenges, finance and accounting challenges, wherein say if you have dispatched an item from location 1 and you are returning it to a location 2 or maybe a store. Now if you're returning, how do you reconcile the inventory? Because our inventory which was till yesterday a part of store 1 now is a part of store 2, and these two stores will have different GST numbers. How do you reconcile the inventory? How do you reconcile the finances of these two different locations? So that's another problem area. The third problem area which I see is a behavioral challenge, which is more of a teething issue, I would say. Many times I have seen the store staffs are not willing to consider the online order to be an actual order for me. I don't consider an online customer to be my customer. I actually consider the offline customer who are coming down to my store, because I know that if I give them good service, they will come up again. But an online order can be routed to some other store. So store staff's behavior is not wholeheartedly accepting. So to counter this, you need to analyze the store staff's behavior and then inform the brand headquarters, look, these are the behavior, and you need to put in place certain maybe incentives or disincentives for doing so. Another thing which technology can actually solve over here is that if the store staff is not ready to expect, and you cannot hamper the customer experience over here. What you need to do is that, okay, I'll wait for a certain point of time and then I'll hop the order to another store, and so on the order keeps on hopping to another stores, thereby not hampering the customer's experience. And the fourth problem is the most critical problem which I have seen in the last couple of years. Brands have really been struggling with this, which is the seamless integration of different technology stacks. We are talking about PO system, we are talking about loyalty point system, we are talking about OMS system, inventory management system, warehouse management system, and so on. Now all these technology stacks are independent in themselves. How do you ensure that these technology stacks are talking to each other? And we want them to talk to each other in a real-time basis, because I cannot place an order in the store and wait for the order to be synced to store one day later. I have to do it in real time, because I can actually turn up in the store 10 minutes later and ask for my product in a click and collect scheme, basically. So that way, integration of technology is one of the biggest barriers which industry is seeing currently. Many people have been replacing their age-old point of sale system with the new age cloud-based point of sale system just to overcome this part. Yes, so I think these are the four most basic problems which has to be solved. See, in the last 2 years, one thing which has definitely changed is the emergence of D2C brands. People who were selling online only on marketplaces are now selling more and more on their own website, because they have more control, they have less commission rates there. That is from the brand's perspective. There's obviously these D2C brands are going. It is simply a symptom of the fact that customers like us are also accepting by purchasing from a D2C website. I'm not finicky of purchasing it only from Amazon. So the channel finickiness which was earlier there, that has reduced. From the average order value has gone up with the emergence of newer segments like health and wellness. Obviously, another thing which has happened is that the average cart size has also gone up. So earlier the cart size, some 5 years back, the cart size of India was hardly 1.2, 1.3 items per order. Now the average order size has gone to 1.789. So it's even there are certain industries like health and wellness where the average items per order is 3, which has actually increased the cart size and thereby increasing the profitability of the business, because the logistics cost remains constant. It's what the top line actually depends on the more average order size. Yeah, so I think these are the major changes which have happened.